Welcome to Character Select. My name is Dave, and with me today is...
Space. We're playing Objection, Paladin Phoenix, the true story.
Wait, what?
The untold true story.
Excuse me. The only untold true story is about the time that the monkey stole my shirt. Alright?
Oh, I am spiking. I guess it's gonna have to be your problem.
Oh, I'm spiking too. Why the hell am I spiking? Christ.
I don't know.
That's
okay, I'm shouting.
But yes, we are playing the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, which I have every single Ace Attorney game, with the exception of Spirit of Justice, on my DS. But you've never played any of them, right?
No. I've never seen anything about it. All I know is... Oh
my god, this is going to be great.
It's going to be a lot of talking.
There's a lot of talking. So there's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. Fun fact, in Japanese, these games are named entirely differently. They're called, I want to say Turnabout Courtroom? Or something like that. But basically, the whole idea about this game is you've got to turn things around for your clients. And prove them innocent when they're accused of being...
Which would be why it's called the first turnabout.
Yep, that's why everything says turnabout in it. Gasp, gasp. Also, this game is rated E for everyone, and people die in it constantly.
Well, that is tomato sauce blood.
Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it.
It looks like he's already been shot, like, right between the eyes.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Oh, do you want to be Phoenix?
No.
Oh, okay,
you can
fine.
be Phoenix.
Alright.
You're playing.
Well, you're the one that's going to make the important choices. I'm just here to guide you through. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Oh god, please don't do that. That's awful. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, no! I'm going to kill you. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Yeah, you're a giant dumbass.
Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor?
How do you owe a favor? It's your first case.
You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. This is you. Making you do this, guy.
It's over!
Imagine overly dramatic dumbass.
Oh, me?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over!
Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him.
Death, despair! Ah! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die!
It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
Nick!
Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh. It's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away.
Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
Hang on, I thought he said your name was Nick.
Phoenix, Nick. is his nickname. The one thing about this game that is absolutely positively amazing is the localization. His name in Japanese is Naruto something. And that whatever it is, I can't remember it, to be honest. His name in Japanese is also a joke about, like, in this game, Phoenix Wright, because he's always right. In the Japanese, it's kind of the same thing, but they changed it because the localization didn't make sense. So
okay, well, the localization has named my
amazing.
character Butts, so...
Don't worry, that'll make sense. Young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Like, that's amazing. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Do you want to be the judge?
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. I can't remember the voice already.
You were just talking. Also, the interesting thing about this game is the Japanese legal system is adversarial as opposed to the more commonly known American or Australian legal system, which is evidentiary based. What that means is that in Japan, the prosecution and the defendant face off against each other, and whoever wins that quote-unquote battle, evidentiary or whatever, wins the trial. In the US, the jury decides what happens. The both sides present their cases, but they don't go against each other directly. So this is very different from any other courtroom drama that you've ever seen. It's just going to be a kind of a weird way of doing things. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Ascertain
your readiness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm half blind today.
That's fine. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely.
Unlike my speech.
Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
So,
Larry Butts.
there's some stupid things that you can do that are hilarious, but, well, we won't do all of them. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name?
Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. So we can bring this up. So, so if we hit R, we can see that her name was Sydney Stone.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see my boss and a very good defense attorney. Likeable guy who's been my friend since grade school. Prosecutor in this case lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his point across. Mr. Wright. Oh, that's
Mr.
you, sorry.
Wright. Who is the victim in this case?
Nia
Cinder
Fey. Nia Fey? What? How can I be the victim? Oh, right, sorry. It was the first name that popped into my head, and... Remember to use it when you're in a pinch.
Let me ask that one again. Who is the victim in this case?
I think that was supposed to give me an achievement, but it didn't show up. Damn it.
It might be true.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Okay. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was blunt force trauma.
Blunt trauma. Boop. Hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Okay, that's... I'm not sure about once.
Well,
That's correct.
They would see multiple contusions if it was more than once.
Injection. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you.
Never doing this again.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what this object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
The statue added to court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently.
I don't know why he hit the hammer, but Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Generally, he does that to get attention. So, the judge has something to say, smacks the gavel. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. So, when I said that this is an adversarial system, the prosecution comes in and says, Larry Butts did it. And here's what we think, here's why we think that's the case. The defense then has to attack that evidence and those witnesses by presenting counter evidence or counter arguments. It's but they're also arguing directly with the prosecution, not just like in the US system, you'll see them go up and be like, I'm going to ask you some questions and then say no further questions, and then the defense is going to ask you questions and say no further questions. In an adversarial system, it's the prosecution asks questions and the defense can immediately stop and ask a clarifying question or point out evidence that contradicts the testimony. It's very, very different. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I don't remember the voice. Oh no!
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
No way.
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
This game is rated E for everyone. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
That's a statement.
When I die, I'm going to kill her.
Well, good job, Larry. Fucking idiot.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did. And maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? What do I do?
Just have him answer honestly.
I know. I'll send him a signal. This is awesome. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her.
Oh, get used to that. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, let's simplify it matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne. Prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawin into the stand. Everybody's name is a fucking pun. Mr. Frank saw it. Yeah, he's a fucking trustworthy looking guy, ain't he? Mr. Sawin, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Should I be both the witnesses?
Sure, go for it. Slimy and sleazy.
Slimy.
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawin, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
So this is witness testimony. This is where you start getting into the meat of the game.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he was in a hurry. I thought he must be in a hurry, because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving. Dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Also, I just want to point out, he didn't go in, but he used her phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Okay. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. He was able to reach in and grab the phone without going in. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. From noon to 6 on the day of the crime. Okay.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor?
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. So basically, the whole crux of this game is listening to what people tell you, and then figuring out what they're saying that contradicts the evidence.
Right. Which is... Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay. But we're going to do that next time on Character Select. Welcome to Legal Dramas, everybody. This is going to be awesome. I love these games. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And space. We haven't even gotten our first real objection yet.
No.
But we will.
Is there Judge Judy reference in this, or?
I don't think there's a Judge Judy reference. There's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference in the second game, though.
Okay.
So that's kind of good.
That's a reference.